This is Roxamore Sports here in Penn Hills area, suburb of Pittsburgh, where we're going to witness a great matchup between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the host Penn Hills Indians. Looking for a great game here tonight. I'm Sam Timmons with my co-host, Todd Pope.
Sam, you missed a great game on Tuesday against Greensburg-Salem. Peyton Pinkney had 17 points, and Kayla Walter had added 13 to help Woodland Hills to victory, 59-36 over Greensburg-Salem. It was really a great night for the Wolverines, starting out a 7-0 run. They ended the half on a 10-0 run, and then a 15-9 run to end the game. Again, it was just an offensively dominant night for the Wolverines, but also when they called in their 3-2 zone, it really kind of stymied Greensburg-Salem, even though you could say right now they have one person that really kind of buoyed their offense. She had 24 points, and her name was Abby Mankins. It was a great night for the Wolverines. Great to see them back in action for the first time in a while on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Yeah, so we have senior rec night here for the Penn Hills Indians, and their 5 seniors are going to start tonight for the Penn Hills Indians. And again, looking for a great matchup. It's with this pandemic and everything that's going on, that this is their senior rec night, and only allowed so many in the gym, their parents. This has been a very hard way to go for both teams and for athletics, period, with this pandemic. But again, it's senior rec night, looking for a spirited night out of the Penn Hills Lady Indians against the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Absolutely. We'll probably see both of these teams in the WPIAL playoffs because, again, it's an open tournament. And on February 18th, I believe, all you have to do is just announce that you want to be in the tournament and you're in. There's no qualifications. There's no records needed. If you want to be in, you're in. And we're certainly going to see Penn Hills make some noise with 5 seniors who were recognized before we came on air. And again, it's a great night. And there's one player that you wanted to focus on. You talk about Golden, Jayla Golden, and of course her twin sister Jasmine, but also you talked a little bit about Amani Blackwell.
Yes, Amani Blackwell I believe she's a PTPer, a big-time player for Penn Hills. She's the floor general. She gets things done. Penetration, ball dribble, gets inside, dishes out, but she goes strong, know how to use her left hand and her right hand too as well. She's the floor general, as I just said. She's the one that gets things done. But those Golden Girls, they're pretty good too as well. Some big-time athletes, and they can get some things done. I know their dad very well, played a little bit of semi-pro football with him. He played up Cal U in college. Big-time football player, too, in his own right. So I know they're excited about their daughters, too, as well.
Absolutely. And we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network with our action tonight.
Let me help you with your vision, they losing their sight here. Time to send the world a message they might hear. Like Meek Mills, I'm making it quite clear. I'm chasing my dreams and fighting my nightmares. I'm going real hard, I'm talking words you understand, I'm talking real bars. I'm going everywhere, I'm talking real far. Yeah, it's time to raise a toast to this thing to the love the most. As I go from coast to coast, I'm talking north side, I'm talking south side, I'm talking east side, I'm talking west side. I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah, it's time to let you know how I spit it when I flow. When I go and light a fuse and I set to let it blow. I'm talking worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide, I'm going worldwide. Yeah. Time to check my status and the GOAT is what it be. And you know I'm over 30, so my level is a G. And I may be from the hood, but I'm way beyond these streets. And my pockets hate a diet, so they always down to eat. Even though they screaming fame, and it's always spelling me. And I'll never hang it up till my mission is complete. And I'm looking at you haters, I suggest you take a seat. Cause it's all fun and games to a killer show his teeth. This is for them cats that be screaming homies. Claiming that you're real, but we know you're phony. Now I'm chilling with my sons, they my one and only. Like the Turner brothers, yeah, we screaming lions only. Step into this den, I welcome all who will dare. Never met a David, tell me whom shall I fear? Gotta rep the nation, black and gold is what I wear. If you look to your left, to your right, I'm everywhere. I'm talking worldwide. I'm going worldwide. I'm going worldwide.
Roxamore Sports here live on courtside, Penn Hills Indians Gymnasium. We're about to see a great game between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the host Penn Hills Lady Indians. We're about to hear the starting lineups. Looking for a great game tonight. And I'm Sam Timmons with my co-host Ty Pope.
Absolutely. The Penn Hills Indians come into this matchup 6-5, 2-2 in section, good enough for fourth place. The Woodland Hills Wolverines come in 4-3, 3-0 in their section. It's good enough for second place in their section. Yes, there is a discrepancy in games, but they count it by section record. So as it stands right now, Woodland Hills is trying to keep pace with Latrobe, who is currently 7-0 in conference and 8-1 overall.
And Ty, as you said, Woodland Hills came out with a great game against Greensburg Salem. Come out there with a win, right out there in Westmoreland County section, school right in Greensburg area. And so this is a big 5A matchup. So we're about to have the national anthem. So we're about to get started here. This is Roxamore Sports. We're about to hear the starting lineups for the Wolverines and for the Penn Hills Indians. I would like to give a shout out to the referees who's doing this game tonight. Jennifer Bruce, David Lawrence, and Justin Earn. They get the call tonight in this great 5A matchup. Rivalry game between Woodland Hills and Penn Hills. Top Pope?
Absolutely. Separated by a couple miles, and it's always an interesting matchup. Penn Hills last year had a 5-game winning streak to get into the 5A playoffs that included a 55-28 upset of Woodland Hills right here in Penn Hills at the season finale. And of course, it's going to be interesting to see what these two teams do as we're nearing the end of the schedule here in WPIAL 5A.
So as we hear the starting lineups for Penn Hills have 5 seniors getting the nod tonight. Number 11, Jayla Golden, senior. Number 12, Jasmine Golden, senior. Number 13, Kamora Haley, senior. Number 14, Delana Carpenter, senior. And rounding out the starting lineup, the PT peer, the big-time player, Amani Blackwell, senior. Number 24.
Absolutely, a great lineup for Penn Hills. And in the front court for the Wolverines, number 4, Peyton Pinckney, and number 24, Carmen Vasquez. And in the back court, number 2, Jasmine Fisher, number 3, Kayla Walter, and number 5, Jasmine Dunn. So it's a great matchup again tonight here on Roxamore Sports. And let me remind you about their last game. Earlier in the season, the Woodland Hills Wolverines defeated Penn Hills 62-48 on January 18th. Peyton Pinckney had a double-double with 18 points and 16 rebounds to lead the team, along with Kayla Walters, 18 points. Jasmine Golden for Penn Hills had 16, Amani Blackwell had 14, and Delaney Carpenter had 8. And it was another great night of basketball, as it will be here tonight.
As you spoke about Pinckney, she's the big-time player for Woodland Hills Wolverines, big-time recruit going to Eastern Michigan. She has to show up and show out. She's going to need that type of game tonight, a double-double for Woodland Hills to get out of here with a victory.
It's Pinckney and Haley, and Pinckney wins the tip as we're underway here from Penn Hills. And it's Jasmine Dunn with the ball, guarded by Blackwell. Walter picks it out of the air. Crossover, stops her dribble. Pinckney, elbow spins. Surrounded by Indians for 3, Fisher. Not this time. And out of bounds there. Jasmine Fisher, 3 3-pointers in her last game, 11 points against Greensburg-Salem. And certainly she's ready to fire at any time.
Pinckney tried to make a big-time move inside, couldn't get it done.
So there's Walter, Sky, and that one doesn't work out there. Rebound goes to Jasmine Golden. Golden over to Jayla. Jayla resets, stops her dribble. Inside Carpenter to Golden. Haley, it was tipped into Haley and then passed up to Carpenter, but she couldn't get that shot to go.
That was a nice inside, out, back in look for Penn Hills, but couldn't put it down.
So here's Pinckney to Eastern Michigan product. Wanted to pass it inside to Dunn, kicks it back out in the corner. It's Fisher. Fisher had it knocked away there. Regains her dribble there. And they say out of bounds, the ball will remain with Woodland Hills.
We got a foul call, number 12 actually for Penn Hills, Jasmine Golden on the foul.
Good eye there, partner. On the inbound, it's Pinckney. Pinckney over to Fisher. Peyton Pinckney posting up, spin move. Couldn't get the friendly roll there.
That was a nice move down low by Peyton. Should have went off glass, couldn't get it in.
And here's Amani Blackwell. Kicks it over on the wing for 3. Not this time for Golden. And the rebound is Pinckney. Now Jasmine Dunn. Walter steps back, gives it back to Dunn. Now Fisher. Posting up Pinckney. Pinckney. Got the pass over to Dunn, but not this time. Rebound goes to Golden. Jasmine Golden. 3-2 zone for the Wolverines right now. Inside pass picked off by the Wolverines, and it's Pinckney. She'll bring it up.
That's a nice defensive play by Woodland Hills, playing the lanes. Tap the ball, turnover.
Woodland Hills likes to attack from the zone there, so certainly that's going to be something we see tonight. Here's Pinckney on the baseline, spinning hook, off the glass and in. Nice play by Peyton Pinckney.
Peyton Pinckney shows off to a little spin, baby hook off the glass. Shows her offensive prowess on that play.
You spin to win, and it's stolen by Pinckney. Quick moving game. Just past 2.5 minutes played. Walter. Jasmine Fisher. Back to Walter. With Golden Gardner, stops her dribble. Pinckney. Pinckney, she'll space up. Not this time, offside of rim. Walter gets the rebound, throws it up. Not this time.
I wish Walter would have gathered herself when she got that rebound.
3 minutes played, and here is Jayla Golden.
So it's 2-0 Woodland Hills with 4:52 in the first period.
Blackwell, that pass goes to nowhere, and it'll go out of bounds. Ball going to the Wolverines.
So Ty seems like a little bit of nervousness so far. Can't put the ball in, we get a timeout.
And they call time.
So this is senior rec night here at Penn Hills. 2-0, Woodland Hills up in the first period. We have a little bit of nervousness that seems to be going on early on in the game. This is the big rivalry. Everybody wants to show up and show out in this game. Peyton Pinckney showed a little bit of offensive prowess going off glass time. That was a nice move.
Absolutely, bringing back the old school there with the spin move, baby hook, a little reminiscent of Magic Johnson if you want to keep the Michigan College connection there.
Yes, the Michigan connection. Michigan State, Eastern Michigan, all Michigan. That's where the big-time player for Woodland Hills, Peyton Pickney, is going.
So now it's Walter past the timeline. Walter, pass tipped a little bit, and it'll be Golden with the interception.
That's Jayla, that is.
Long pass on to Blackwell, couldn't get the hands on it, and it'll go the other way for Woodland Hills.
Jasmine Dunn, the floor general, brings it up.
3.5 minutes played, it's done. Walter, Pinkney near the foul line, throws it over, Fisher for three. Not this time. Jasmine Fisher's three-pointers came in the first half against Greensburg-Salem. Since then, she's gone a little cold, but shooters shoot, as you always know.
She's going to keep shooting. As they say, she's going to keep shooting.
So it's Jayla Golden over to Jasmine Golden. Blackwell. Inside, Haley kicked it over for three. Golden, not that time.
In and out. It went in and out. Shot looked good.
So it's done. Over to Fisher. Carmen Vasquez. Inside, Pinkney. Pinkney just manages to get the friendly roll there. She's got 4 points to start this game.
Peyton Pickney gets it inside, goes up over two defenders with the soft touch, friendly roll. As my co-host talked about, Ty gets it in.
Carpenter answers back.
Carpenter playing big inside. She's a big one, but she has light feet. That was a nice move by Carpenter for Penn Hills, number 14.
So after 2.5 minutes between baskets, we now get 2 in the last 30 seconds. Pinkney wanted to shoot, changed her mind. Pinkney, now she'll post. Pinkney lost it to Blackwell. Blackwell, one girl fast break, off the glass and in.
So we have a tie ball game here, 4-4 as Blackwell gets the steal and goes coast to coast, puts it up for Woodland Hills. For Penn Hills, excuse me.
The battle of the hills, Vasquez. Vasquez charged through her opponent and it'll go the other way.
Penn Hills is packed in that 2-3 zone. Vasquez tried to put her head down and take it in. Got called for the charge, turnover, Penn Hills ball.
So substitutions in, and it's Penn Hills bringing it up. Past the timeline, Golden to Golden. Jayla, inside pass, Carpenter blocked by Hope Hawkins. Hawkins gets the ball, drops it off to Dunn. Jasmine Dunn stops up, crossover. Fisher for three. Not this time. Walter fighting for the rebound, kicks it back out to Pinkney, they'll slow it down.
That was a nice hustle play by Walter to get that rebound, and instead of taking a shot, throw it back up and get a reset.
Seems like she learned from her last time throwing the ball up a little too quickly. Now it's done. Fisher, post up double, Pinkney drops it off. Hawkins off the glass and in.
That's a nice pass from Pickney as she gets double teamed. Squeezes through the double team, drops it off.
Nice awareness.
She puts it in, Hawkins.
Carpenter drops it off, Haley. Blackwell back to Golden. Golden kicks it over to her sister, Jayla, for three.
She hits the three. That's the sister, the Golden Girls connection. That puts them up 7-6. That's their first lead of the night for the Penn Hills Indians.
So back and forth they go. After a little bit of utility at the basket, Fisher trying to answer back, and she does. Jasmine Fisher.
And just like that, Woodland Hills is up too with Jasmine Fisher. As we spoke about, a shooter or keep shooting. She's going to find her. She's going to heat up.
Quick moving game, 50 seconds remaining in the first period. Golden Haley. Here's Jasmine Golden. Couldn't get the friendly bounce there, but a rebound there. And it's picked off. And here comes the Wolverines. Walter stops up, spins away. Waiting for a trailer. Here's Dunn. Hawkins. Not this time. And here comes Penn Hills on the fast break. Golden swiped away by Jasmine Dunn. Nice play there. And she'll go on the fast break on her own. She'll go all the way, and she'll go to the line.
Jasmine Dunn with the defense down here being feisty, gets the steal, goes to coast, try to takes it inside, gets fouled. She goes to the line with 16 seconds left. Woodland Hills 9, Indians 7.
So second foul on Golden as Jasmine Dunn will go to the line there. 16 seconds remaining, 9-7 ball game. Dunn gets the first.
We have multiple substitutions coming in. Number 5, Hannah Police, the freshman, comes in for Penn Hills.
Dunn couldn't get the second one. Police. They say she didn't touch it. Looked pretty close there, but anyway, Indian ball, 15.3 remaining.
And it looks like they letting them play. I seen a couple travels they didn't call. That seemed like that was Woodland Hills ball, but it goes to Penn Hills.
Triangle offense doesn't work that time for Penn Hills off the Blackwell miss. Fast break, Fisher. Couldn't control it there. Long shot on as that'll end the first period of play. Woodland Hills 10 and Penn Hills 7 as we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network.
Hello, I'm Lisa Baldwin with Remax Select Realty. My experience and my commitment makes everything I touch turn to sold.
Call Lisa Baldwin at 724-933-6300 extension 489 or go to selecthomefinder.com.
More sports. I'm Sam Timmons with my co-host Todd Polk. We're here in a 5A matchup rivalry game. A highly contested shootout between Woodland Hills Wolverines and Penn Hills Indians. It's senior rec night here. I'm Sam Timmons again with my co-host Todd Polk.
Absolutely, and Von Pitts right now, well, it's good to see him out here on the court, but you had a little bit of an update you wanted to tell us about Von Pitts?
Yes, Von Pitts and Lafayette Pitts. Von Pitts' mother, Lafayette Pitts' grandmother, she was the matriarch of the family, and she has since will be with the Lord. So let's keep the Pitts family, up in prayer. Back to live action.
Absolutely. Police over to Blackwell. Amani Blackwell over to Golden. Inside pass, Carpenter, touch pass on to Robertson. Not this time, fighting for the rebound is Hope Hawkins, and Dunn will bring it up. Jasmine Dunn over to Walter for three. Couldn't bank it in there. Rebound Golden. Jayla Golden. Long pass on to Robertson, nobody home. It'll go the other way for the Wolverines.
Yeah, she just threw that a little bit hard. Need a little bit of touch on it.
37 seconds in, 10-7 ball game, 3-point lead for the Wolverines. Walter. Pinckney. Inside pass. Hawkins. Made the shot before the double, but it didn't go down. Rebound.
That was a nice high-low pass. Hawkins gathered herself, tried to get it in, couldn't. Blackwell lost her shoe. She has it back on.
High post to low post didn't work out there. Blackwell on the wing. Excuse me, that's Golden. Carpenter wanted to pass it inside, picked off by Hawkins. And Woodland Hills electing to slow it down a little bit, especially after that helter-skelter first period.
Penn Hills packs it in the 2-3 zone.
Taylor Walter. Vasquez to Walter. Walter. Vasquez on the wing. They play catch. Now Vasquez, left wing. Amani Blackwell stole it there, but it'll remain Woodland Hill ball. She couldn't handle it after getting the steal.
Woodland Hills got their big team out when they got Vasquez, Hawkins, and Pickney out on the floor together. That's their big team. Kayla Walters comes out. Jasmine Fisher comes in for her.
Wolverines seem to like to run 7 deep, though they have introduced a couple other players such as Amani Williams and Isane Milner. Fisher wanted to throw it over there. Felice knocked it out of bounds. Still remaining Woodland Hills ball.
Coach Vaughn Pitts barks out, a little bit upset about the long skip pass.
Dunn to Pinkney on the wing with Robertson guarding her. Kicks it over in the corner, Dunn. Rainbow shot doesn't go, but on the follow-up, it's Peyton Pinkney.
Pinkney inside, rebounds, puts it back up, looking for a big-time game from her. They're going to get out of here with the win.
6 points for Pinkney. Blackwell to Golden, over to Robertson, in the corner, Pulis. Gets the bounce to go in.
That's Hannah Pulis, the freshman guard forward. Ice in her veins, puts it down.
Pinkney couldn't handle that one, stolen by Jayla Golden. Jayla Golden stops up, no one around. That's a 2-pointer. Couldn't get the friendly roll there. Here's Jasmine Fisher. Drops it off to Dunn. Approaching 3 minutes played in the second quarter. Fisher.
The Wolverines up by 2. Deep in the second period.
Vasquez for 3, yes! Carmen Vasquez. That's her first points of the game.
Carmen Vasquez, a freshman, answers with her own 3, too.
She did that a ton against Gateway to begin the season. Answering back, Roberson. No. And here comes Dunn. Gets away from her defender. Now stops and pops for 3. Couldn't bank it in there. It's Blackwell. Blackwell on the fast break. Euro step. Handled by Vasquez, and she'll go to the line.
When you play Amani Blackwell, you got to play her to her left hand. She's left-handed, so that's the hand you got to play. She did the Euro step, tried to get it in, got fouled. She goes to the line, shooting 2.
So a senior that started with a senior rec tonight, Amani Blackwell at the line, she'll shoot 2. And subbing in for Pulis is Jasmine Golden. Kayla Walter returns for Woodland Hills. Blackwell gets the first one. So Sam, what have you seen out of this matchup so far?
You can tell it's a rivalry game between these two. Each one want to answer each shot. You know, I seen Penn Hills tackling with the 2-3 zone, trying to get Peyton a hard way to go inside the paint. I seen Woodland Hills go big, you know, with Vasquez, Hawkins, and Peyton Pickney in there all at the same time. Really don't see that a lot. I haven't seen that a lot, but seen it tonight. And then Carpenter inside for Penn Hills. She has some light feet. She's getting it done too as well. So it seems like they want to pack it in tonight. Each team pack it in on the defense with the 2-3 zone, and then you got to make the shots from the outside. But Woodland Hills is combating that with a high-low effort between Peyton Pickney and Hawkins too as well. Interesting to see how this game is going to play out. 4:18 left in the second period. Woodland Hills 15 over the host Penn Hills Indians 12.
So out of the Wolverine timeout, Penn Hills looking to create a little half-court pressure, but they back off. It's Fisher. Fisher skies it over to Walter. High zone by Penn Hills. Pinkney in the corner on the baseline, kicks it over. Fisher for 3, yes!
Fisher seems to be hot tonight, hitting that three.
You heard the curse of the commentator. I guess it's the blessing of the commentator this time. But anyway, 6-point lead for the Wolverines. Roberson over to Golden. Haley. Carpenter stops up. 2-3 zone, or 2-1-2 it seems, for the Wolverines, working wonders right now. Golden kicks it over to Jayla. Roberson lost the handle. Walter stole it. Walter couldn't exactly get the handle herself, so she'll stop up. Now it's Fisher. Hawkins over her defender, gets that one to go over Haley.
Hopkins, that's what I like. She's a freshman, but she's very strong, very agile. She gets the soft touch, drops it in. She's going to be a big-time player for Woodland Hills.
Under 3 minutes remaining in the half. Golden, Carpenter, Jasmine.
Nice defense by Jasmine Fisher. Puts her hands in the lane, stretch out, taps out. Couldn't get the ball, turnover. Ball stays Penn Hills.
Indians still on the attack. Robertson over to Golden. Amani Blackwell. Skies it over. Jayla. Quick defense by Fisher. Now to Jasmine, to Amani. Jasmine Golden for three. Not this time. Rebound, Hope Hopkins.
Looks like a good shot, but the rim unkind. Pops out. Rebound, Woodland Hills.
That's tough to see sometimes. Walter over to Pinkney. Pinkney going baseline. Fisher couldn't handle it there. Skies it over. Still remains in a poster. Broken play. Almost works out for the Wolverines. It's guess, and they call a held ball. Ball remains with the Wolverines as head coach for the Indians, Robert Cash, a little animated over there.
Yes, barking out some calls.
That one doesn't go for Walter off the inbounds. Nice pass over. Blackwell gets that one to go.
That's a nice assist. Blackwell takes it up with the left hand, puts it in. 20-14, Woodland Hills.
Blackwell has 6 points. Walter up top. Pinkney, left wing, steps in for two. That one not this time. Rebound goes to Jasmine Golden. Stops up. Jayla. And they call too many steps as she was setting up for the three.
We finally get a travel call during this game. I've seen several already, but not called.
Under 90 seconds remaining. 14-20 ball game in favor of Woodland Hills at 6-point lead. Hawkins, high post. Over to Pinkney. Fisher on the wing. Pinkney.
Daring Pinkney to shoot that three. Nobody's coming out on her, daring her to shoot.
Pinkney calling for the ball down low. She gets it on the other corner. Walter. Nice defense by Blackwell, forcing the out of bounds on Woodland Hills.
Yes, Blackwell reached in, the ball goes off of Kayla Walter's hand, turnover. With 54 seconds left, Penn Hills brings it up.
Blackwell buzzing around, 50 seconds remaining. Jasmine Golden over to Amani Blackwell. Stops up, Jayla Golden for three. Not this time, rebound, Hope Hawkins. Fisher stops up, 35 seconds remaining.
And we hear Coach Pitts call out for the one shot, hold it for the last shot here before the half.
Smart move, as sometimes the offense has been a little bit, well, skitterish, as we've seen tonight. They did this against Greensburg-Salem, and it worked out to perfection. Pinkney, baby hook there, doesn't go.
They call over the back on Hawkins. So with 10 seconds left, Woodland Hills 20, Indians 14.
So no opportunity for 2 possessions in one, as Penn Hills will likely, but as I say that, Trouble on the inbounds. Walter. Pinckney lost the handle there. Trying to save it for the rebound. 2.3 remaining.
Yes, like I said, I've seen many travels tonight that wasn't called on both teams.
Golden, 1 second remaining, gets it up. Not this time, as that'll end the first half of play. And it's the Penn Hills Indians 14, the Woodland Hills Wolverines 20.
And this is Roxamore Sports, and we'll be right back.
Hello, I'm Lisa Baldwin with RE/MAX Select Realty. My experience and my commitment makes everything I touch turn to sold.
Call Lisa Baldwin at 724-933-6300 extension 489 or go to selecthomefinder.com.
Hey kid, let me tell you about the Soul Pit, and I want you to let everybody know about it. Soul Pit is what's happening in and around your city. Soul Pit is on the internet and around the globe. Soul Pit is on your block and in your car. Soul Pit is in your ear. It's in your hair. It's everywhere. Soul Pit is the latest news, hottest styles, culture, education, information, and more. It gets you ready for things to come. Hey kid, you know what the Soul Pit really is? It's a little something extra for your soul.
What's going on? This is the Rock Comedy Show if you ain't know. The Rock Comedy Show if you ain't know.
He's working out at Planet Fitness every morning and videos of him working out to try and get us all inspired. And that's fantastic. And what he doesn't know is that I am also a member of Planet Fitness. It's just he's never seen me there because I don't actually work out at Planet Fitness. I joined Planet Fitness because they have pizza night once a week there.
Ran out of toilet paper. I got a whole new respect for toilet paper. I used to spin that thing like the Wheel of Fortune. Now I turn it like I'm cracking a safe. I ain't been to a doctor in 6 months. Finally got out, went to the doctor, and y'all, I tested positive for COVID-30. I positively gained 30 pounds during COVID. Positively.
This is Roxamore Sports here live at Penn Hills Gymnasium, Penn Hills, PA, witnessing a 5A matchup between the Woodland Hills Lady Wolverines and the Penn Hills Lady Indians. Great game here tonight, rivalry matchup, only miles apart, and so looking for a great game. I'm Sam Timmers with my co-host Ty Pope.
Yep, halftime, 20-14 Wolverines, and the leading scorer, and really the person we talk about the most in these broadcasts, Peyton Pinckney, 6 points. And inside, outside, also a couple assists, rebounds. She does it all for the Wolverines.
Yeah, she's a point forward, so she's great with her passing, great with her inside game. I like the high-low game that Woodland Hills is using a little bit sometimes, and I like them going big, too, with Vasquez, Hope Hopkins, and Peyton Pinckney all in there at the same time with Dunn and Kayla Walter or Fisher. And again, I like the hollow game that they're trying to emphasize and trying to get it done that way.
Absolutely. That high-low game, rather, has been really important for them because it's so. Jasmine Fisher, again with 3-pointers, 2 tonight. She has 6.
Yeah, you spoke about Jasmine Fisher being off a little bit when she was hit a couple of threes a game ago or a couple games ago. But shooters keep shooting. As we say, she keeps shooting and she's getting it done. The rim is opened up for her. It's like the Red Sea, and now she's hitting her shots tonight.
Absolutely, and for Penn Hills, Amani Blackwell, she's been buzzing around. It's almost like a bee going around and creating steals, fast break points. She's really been the lifeline tonight for Penn Hills with 6 points.
She's a big-time athlete, too, in her own right. Has speed, quickness, explosion. You know, she plays the lanes. She gets turnovers. She creates her own shots inside, too, as well with that left-hand puppy, as I always say, with the left-hander. She's getting it done. She's a big-time player in her own right.
Absolutely, and one thing we're going to have to be looking out in the second half is really who's going to bust the zone for each team, because they've been trading. Last game for Woodland Hills, it was 3-2. This time it's 2-3 with Penn Hills having a little size inside just to help out and maybe cut off some of those corner 3-pointers.
Yes, they're both playing zone, as you spoke about, the 2-3 or the 2-1-2, packing it in, daring somebody to take the shot, the threes. Jasmine Fisher has been stepping up, shooting those threes. They're daring Peyton Pinckney outside. They're leaving her wide open. And so, again, it's the 2-3 or the 2-1-2 zone that's packing it in for both teams. Somebody got to hit some big-time shots from the outside.
Absolutely. What are your keys for the second half for both Penn Hills and Woodland Hills?
Penn Hills, I believe, got to continue to create shots off their athleticism. The Golden Girls got to get it done. You know, the Golden Girls who we speak about, the Golden Girls who we speak about, Jayla and Jasmine Golden. Those girls are big-time athletes, explosive. Amani Blackwell has to continue to do it herself and also get it inside the Carpenter, because she's a big girl with light feet, with a nice soft touch. For Woodland Hills, everything still has to work through Peyton Pinckney. Again, she's a point forward. We know Jasmine Dunn is the floor leader. Sometimes she gets a little bit of points, off of transition points, going coast to coast. But Kayla Walter has to get hot. Kayla Walter can hit some threes, and she has to hit some. He just has to hit some shots tonight.
Absolutely. Wolverines looking to stay perfect in section play. Second half action on the Roxamore Sports Network is next.
This is Roxamore Sports here live, Penn Hills Gymnasium, where we're seeing a great matchup between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Penn Hills Indians. We want to remind you about the Rock Comedy Show this Saturday, airing at 9 p.m. It's a great time for great laughter, a great experience. The Rock Comedy Show this Saturday, airing at 9 p.m.
And after this game, be sure to check episode 1 right after. Now underway, second half action. Penn Hills, long corner pass, steps in for 2, and that's Golden. Jasmine Golden.
Jasmine Golden getting it done. Woodland Hills up by 4.
Fisher skies it over. Hawkins, high post, foul line. Walter over to Dunn. Jasmine Dunn stops up. Pinckney, hook shot, and she'll go to the line.
They went inside to Pinckney. Carpenter on the D. Peyton goes to the line shooting 2.
So Pinckney still attacking in the post, shooting 2. Gets the friendly bounce and roll there. And she couldn't get the second one, but she gets the rebound thanks to Hope Hopkins.
Nice rebound by Hopkins.
Jasmine Fisher over defender Golden. Kayla Walter. Jasmine Dunn, low post. Hawkins couldn't get it to go, but she'll go to the line looking for the three-point play there.
Hopkins, I'm telling you, she's going to be a big-time player for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. She gets fouled, she goes to the line shooting 2.
In double figures so many times this season, and really, I mean, since game 1, she's been on it.
So with 6:59 left in the third period, Woodland Hills 22, the Indians 16, as Hopkins try to complete 2. She makes them both.
And Hawkins with 7 points. Blackwell pass it inside to Carpenter, and they'll call a foul.
Foul on Hawkins reaching over Carpenter.
And that's really been the only bugaboo, really, for Hope Hawkins, but it comes with time. Carpenter on the inbounds gets that one to go.
The head coach for Penn Hills, Robert Cass, calls that play out.
Spin, hook shot by Pinckney. Not this time. And now Jayla Golden stops up. Kicks it over to Jasmine Golden. Now Haley up top. Blackwell almost lost by Jasmine. And this time Jasmine Fisher with the steal. Nice defensive play by the Wolverines there. Past the timeline, Fisher.
As we hear Vaughn Pitts call out 4.
Fisher, not this time. Dunn wanted the rebound, couldn't handle it. So it's Blackwell. Stops up. Jayla Golden. Pass tipped. Blackwell underneath the basket, off the glass and in.
Do you see that move that she did? I told you she's a big-time player. Goes baseline, goes on the other side, uses the rim as a defender, puts it off glass with the left hand.
Leading scorer for Penn Hills with 8. Walter on the wing. Hawkins, 2 players around her, jump ball. Ball will still remain with Woodland Hills.
So got a tie-up. Carpenter reaches in. Possession stays. It's Woodland Hills up by 3, 23-20 with 5:36 left in the third period.
So it's Walter on the logo. Walter crossover, stops up. Lost her footing, but still managed to get it off to Dunn. Couldn't make it in. Hawkins on the rebound, off the glass. Nice play.
That's a nice rebound by Hawkins and goes up off the glass. Puts it in. Woodland Hills up by 5.
9 points for her. Haley kicks it over. Golden, the runner, doesn't work there. Rebound by Dunn. Jasmine Dunn Jayla Golden guarding, screened by Hawkins, steps in for two, pick and roll, doesn't work there. So now on the rebound, here comes Jasmine Golden all the way. Nice.
See the move by Jasmine Golden, Mr. Polk, and she took the Euro step, stepped between two defenders, put it up off glass.
Manu Ginobili would be proud. Pinckney on the spinning hook, not that time. Rebound goes, Jayla Golden stops up with Walter guarding. Golden wanted to shoot there. Some Penn Hills fans calling for a foul, no dice there.
Yes, it looked like she might have was too determined to get in there between a couple defenders.
Approaching the halfway mark of the third period. Fisher to Dunn in the corner. Over to the wing. One more pass, Hawkins almost lost it, stopped up in the corner. Walter, right wing. Fisher to Dunn, left wing, inside. And they call a travel there on Dunn. Wanted to create movement, trying to move the zone around a little bit there, but just couldn't gather their feet together there, and it'll go the other way. Penn Hills ball.
You see Coach Vaughn Pitts going at it with the ref. He said, "Oh, now you want to call it? They've been traveling all night. Now you want to call it?"
To be fair, I think in the last couple possessions, Penn Hills did get called for a travel themselves, so referees picking it up there. Carpenter kicks it high out to Golden, Jasmine Golden. Now Carpenter on the give and go. Fighting for the ball was Dunn. Last touch by her remains Penn Hill ball.
It looked like it was some nice, great passing in there, but Woodland Hills played the lanes. We have substitution. We had Jasmine Fisher coming back in for Hope Hawkins.
So Woodland Hills going a little smaller with that. Jayla Golden. Jasmine Golden gets over. The running hook doesn't work there. Rebound by Vasquez.
Yeah, them Golden girls are very explosive.
Fisher. 3-2 zone. Pinckney in the middle of the zone. Dunn skies it over inside the three-point line. Walter. Not this time, but Walter gets it back. Fisher. Woodland Hills moving quickly, converging over the zone. Not that time for Pinckney. No basket there, but it looks like a reach-in foul there. So
they called the basket off. The basket didn't count. They called it before the shot.
So Blackwell will get a little bit of rest there as Roberson comes in for her. On the inbounds, Carpenter. Jasmine Golden. Euro step, nice play there.
Jasmine Golden determined, goes down the lane. Looked like she might have took a hit. Didn't get the call, but still put it in. 2-3 zone, Penn Hills. 1
point game, 2:27 remaining. Pinckney, Walter for three. Yes. Kayla Walter for three. Her first points of the night.
That's what we talked about, the keys for the second half. Kayla Walters has to step up, has to hit those threes. He just drained that one. Woodland Hills 28, Indians 24 in the third period. I'm Sam Timmons with my co-host, Ty Polk. This is Roxamore Sports live at Penn Hills Gymnasium. A rivalry matchup between the host Lady Indians and the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Come in here, big 5A matchup. The school's only separated by a couple of miles. Big game here tonight, Ty.
And real quickly, I want to get your thoughts, Sam, on Woodland Hills' offense. It's currently doing enough right now for the win, but you have to imagine they'd want to slow it down a little bit. That's why Vaughn Pitts called that timeout, because at times they're moving a little bit fast. It's moving the zone. They're penetrating the zone, but sometimes it's having a little bit of more wasted possessions.
That's a great observation, Ty, that the coach called out to slow it down a little bit.
So Jayla Golden over to Carpenter. Police underneath the basket. And nice play there. Off of police on the steal there by Vasquez. Creates the out of bounds in favor of Woodland Hills. So Jasmine Dunn, 1:52 remaining. Pinckney, quick pass over to Walter on the wing. Dunn. Fisher. Vasquez. Vasquez, nice defense by Penn Hills, forcing the traveling. 99 seconds remaining.
Yes, Penn Hills Indians stepping up their D, trapping them, putting 2 defenders on the ball, cause Vasquez to travel.
So Penn Hills currently a 10-point start to this third period. Stolen by Dunn. Dunn, nice transition defense. On the follow through is Jasmine Fisher.
Jasmine Fisher comes down the lane. Dunn finds her cutting, puts it up for 2.
8 points for her. Woodland Hills, 10 points in each period so far. Carpenter's turnaround shot on the rebound, off the glass for Robertson, not this time. 55 seconds remaining. Jasmine Dunn, past the timeline. Fisher. .36 seconds remaining. So Woodland Hills winning the last shot there. Coach Cash yelled fire, and really that's when the defense started moving. It seemed like they were content to waste time there, and it managed to create the turnover for Penn Hills. So extra possession, 24.2 remaining around an NBA shot clock. And that's plenty of time for Penn Hills.
Plenty of time to get a nice shot before the period, as we hear Coach Robert Cash call motion for the Lady Indians.
Blackwell from Carpenter over to Golden. Now Jasmine Golden. The runner goes for Jasmine Golden. Answering back Fisher, not before time runs out, as that'll end the third period of play. It's a 4-point lead for the Wolverines, and we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network.
What's going on? This is the Rock Comedy Show if you ain't know. The Rock Comedy Show if you ain't know.
He's working out at Planet Fitness every morning and videos of him working out to try and get us all inspired. And that's fantastic. And what he doesn't know is that I am also a member of Planet Fitness. It's just he's never seen me there because I don't actually work out at Planet Fitness. I joined Planet Fitness because they have pizza night once a week there.
Ran out of toilet paper. I got a whole new respect for toilet paper. I used to
This is
spin that
Roxamore
thing
Sports
like
here
the
live
Roller Forge.
at Penn Hills Gymnasium, witnessing a great game between the Woodland Hills Wolverines and the Penn Hills Indians. We'd like to remind you to watch the Rock Comedy Show this Saturday, airing at 9 p.m. Also airing tonight, too, right after this game, the first episode. That's the Rock Comedy Show. I'm Sam Timbers, live with my co-host Ty Polk.
So on the turnover, Woodland Hills with the ball. Opening of the fourth quarter, 4-point lead. Fisher, Vasquez, Fisher, fakes it. The runner, not this time. Following up is Pinckney, and she'll go to the line.
Peyton Pinckney goes big up for the rebound inside. Couldn't make the shot fall. Couldn't drop it, but she's fouled, goes down kind of hard. She gets up a little gimpy, coming to the charity stripe, grabbing her right leg, shooting 2. That's Peyton Pinckney.
Hope that doesn't affect her. And she drains the first one. Peyton Pinckney, 3 at the line all year. Goes 1 for 2 at the line. Walter saves the ball there. But the referee says the ball belonged to Penn Hills.
That was a hustle play by Walter trying to get it, but just couldn't get there fast enough. Penn Hills ball.
Stick with us. 5-point game all the way down to the finish. 40 seconds in. Golden over to Carpenter for 3. High bounce. Pinckney with the rebound.
Carpenter tries to shoot the 3 deep. She way out, normally inside the paint.
Jasmine Fisher, 2 3-pointers tonight. Over to Dunn. Vasquez for 3. Couldn't cash that one home. Rebound goes to Jasmine Golden. Golden kicks over to Jayla for 3 in the corner. Rainbows over to Hoop and into the hands of Peyton Pinckney. So bringing it up, Jasmine Dunn.
With 6:37 left, Jasmine Dunn, the floor general, brings it up for the Woodland Hills Wolverines. Coach Vaughn wants them to slow it down a little bit.
No shot clock. As long as you get a shot up, you can drain the timer. Walter on the wing. Fisher, step back 3, cashes it home.
Fisher, ice in her veins, drains the 3 for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
Jayla Golden, Jasmine Golden. Look out for a cutter there. Haley. Golden, Carpenter, inside, Carpenter. Floats that one up, doesn't go for a rebound, Fisher.
That was a pretty move by Carpenter. She couldn't finish the play, but the ball fake got the defender off of her, went to take the shot, but couldn't put it in.
Carmen Vasquez, dribble handoff, Fisher. Another handoff, Pinckney. Pinckney starts her dribble. Vasquez driving, Vasquez just throwed it up. Not this time, Pinckney on the follow-up gets that one to go. So Woodland Hills with its biggest lead of the night, 10 points. Golden to Golden, inside Carpenter, quick passing. Couldn't handle it there, out of bounds.
So she spoke about 10-point leads, Woodland Hills, even though it doesn't seem like the game is out of reach for Penn Hills, but it's the biggest lead for the Lady Wolverines.
They had a low-scoring game against Greensburg-Salem. It didn't work out for them then. We'll see how it works out tonight. Fisher over to Walter. Kayla Walter, high post, Pinckney. Swiped away by Golden, still with the ball. And it's picked up by Jasmine Golden going the other way. And they'll call a block on Kayla Walter.
Kayla Walter reaches in. Gets called for the block, yes.
She didn't look like she was happy about that, but that's a good foul in transition. That's one of those, as a coach, you'll take those.
That's a good call, Ty. Yes, you will. In transition, you'll take that foul.
Jasmine Dunn, a little bit of rest for her. In is Hope Hawkins. 2-3 zone for the Wolverines. Up top, Jayla Golden. Aaron Roberson on the wing with Walter guarding. From one Golden to the other, it's Jayla. Roberson, quick passing. Jasmine Golden for 3. Clanks that one off rim and out.
That was nice movement on the ball by the Lady Indians, but couldn't get the shot to go down.
Vasquez on the drive, wanting a foul there, couldn't get it. Pinckney tried to save it. Roberson with the steal. Back tapped by Hope Hawkins. Nice play there. They dribble around for it, but it's back in Penn Hills' possession. Jasmine Golden takes it out. 2 Wolverines on her.
So we have a scrum for the ball, little fanatic pace, turnovers, defense. There was no calls, but now there's a call. The ball stays with the Indians.
Halfway home, 4:05 remaining. Jayla Golden. Over to Robertson. Carpenter, foul line shot. Not this time. Police follows up and gets the second chance points.
That's Hannah Police, the guard forward freshman, gets the rebound, puts it right back up for the shot.
Walter harassed at the line, and Von Pitts, wanting to bail out his players, calls a timeout there.
It seems like the Lady Indians are playing the lanes, reaching, causing some confusion between the Woodland Hills Lady Wolverines. And so Coach Vaughn calls timeout and slow this thing down.
Well, Sam, how important is these timeouts, especially whenever Woodland Hills seems to get a little bit helter-skelter, a little sloppy, and especially with their preferences to run a 7-woman bench, really, in which it's primarily tall players. We have seen shorter players like Milner and Amani Williams, but usually it's Hawkins and Guest who will come out there for Woodland Hills. Do you like these timeouts?
Yes, these timeouts to get them to gather themselves, to get focused, because again, Penn Hills with their athleticism is playing their lanes and they're very explosive. They're getting some turnovers and points in transition and getting to the line. So Coach Vaughn calls timeout to slow this thing down, get back in her head, let them know they do have the lead with 3:44 left. Play with composure and get out of here with a win.
Fisher skies it over Pinckney, 3:43 remaining on the reset. Pinckney, crossover move, Pinckney floats it up, gets that one to go in the foul.
Peyton Pinckney, the big-time player, gets the as the players called out of the timeout, things like that, Mr. Polk, that they call a play out of timeout, designed for Peyton Pinckney to go to the hole. Now she goes to the charity stripe, trying to get the conventional three-point play.
We've seen a lot of those inbounds plays for the boys teams that we've seen on the Roxamore Sports Network, and it's no different. Pinckney completes her trip at the line, 13 points for her. Carpenter quickly off the glass and in.
If I'm Robert Cash, the head coach, I'll go into Carpenter a few times.
Been one of the few players that have answered a call for Penn Hills alongside Blackwell and Police. Pinckney, Walter for three. Couldn't cash that one in. Rebound going to Penn Hills. Here's Blackwell, Monty Blackwell. Euro step, evades the block there. Penn Hills follows it up, still remaining Penn Hills ball.
That was a nice move by Blackwell, couldn't put it down. Ball goes off of the Lady Wolverines.
She's not afraid to go amongst the trees of Woodland Hills. Carpenter, surrounded by Wolverines, stolen. I don't know who to credit that one, but it's a Wolverine steal. Walter, 3-2 on the half-court line. Now it's Fisher. Fisher fading, not that time. Long lead pass on to Blackwell. Blackwell hangs, couldn't get that one to go. On the follow-up, Jasmine Golden. Jayla Golden won it, but it's an over to back.
So we have a foul on Jasmine Dunn. As Jayla Golden tried to go up. Jayla Golden takes it out.
Good correction there. Blackwell on the inbounds, not that time. Couldn't flush it home. Hawkins to Walter. 1-3-1 by Penn Hills. Skying it over. One more pass from Fisher to Hawkins. Hawkins on the rebound. Carpenter.
So we have a foul on the play.
Excuse me, that was Pinckney. She'll go to the line.
So with the score, Woodland Hills 39, the Penn Hills Indians 30, with 2:12 left in the fourth period. Peyton Pinckney goes to the line shooting two.
Every foul shot important, and this one as well, as she gets her first.
So we have Haley for Penn Hills and Vasquez for the Wolverines coming in the game.
So one more at the line, 10-point lead. 172 seconds remaining as Pinckney gets both at the line.
41-30, the Woodland Hills Wolverines over the Lady Indians of Penn Hills.
Blackwell on the drive. Blackwell over Pinckney. Not this time. Carpenter on the rebound. Carpenter staying with it. Pinckney skies over Carpenter. Gets out of trouble there. Still got to get past the timeline, and she does with Carmen Vasquez catching the ball on the wing. Vasquez. And Vaughn Pitts calls timeout with 1:49 remaining.
So it's interesting to see, being up 11 right now with a minute something left in the game, about a minute 19, I believe. Coach Vaughn calls timeout. Ty, what you think is he saying in this?
I think he's trying to get them situated for this final minute or so. Right now, they've played a pretty good game. I mean, there's been stretches of not being able to hit the shots they want, but still, they're ahead by 11 because they've been able to stifle Penn Hills defense. They've been one of the top defenses in their section and one of the top in 5A, and maybe all of the WPIAL this season.
Yes, this is Roxamore Sports. We're here live at Penn Hills Gymnasium where the Lady Wolverines are up by 11, 41-30. We'd like to remind you about the Rock Comedy Show that is airing this Saturday at 9 p.m. The first episode, that's the second episode. The first episode will be airing right after this contest tonight. The Rock Comedy Show. Check it out. Back to live action.
A lot of great comedians in Pittsburgh. Stolen by Blackwell on the inbound. Blackwell over to Jasmine Golden. Off the glass. Couldn't get the friendly roll. Walter. And they'll call a reach in there. 1:42 remaining. So full court press called by Robert Cash as Penn Hills is looking to make some headway with 102 seconds remaining. 1:42. Walter stops up in the backcourt. Walter skies it over. Fisher past the timeline. 1:36. And they'll call a foul there. I don't know if they were trying to go intentional there, but it seemed like it was more fight for the ball than fight to try to get the foul.
From sitting over here from this vantage point, I didn't see the foul. I seen a nice, feisty hustle defense trying to get a strip, but nevertheless, there is a foul call. Kayla Walter goes to the line, I believe shooting the 1-on-1.
Yes, Woodland Hills is in the bonus with 93 seconds remaining. Walter, not this time. Tapped high by Vasquez, but out of bounds. Penn Hills ball, 11-point lead for Woodland Hills. Golden. Jasmine Golden off the glass, not this time. Tapped out and around, but Dunn picks it up eventually. Dunn, tapped away by Blackwell, another steal for her. Blackwell underneath the basket, she'll go to the line. Nice defensive play there. Almost reminiscent of Reggie Miller over John Starks back in the 90s.
That's a nice call. Mr. Pope, as Monty Blackwell was trying to make some things happen with her explosiveness and defense, trying to create offense out of her defense.
Blackwell couldn't flush that one home.
So she missed the first one, the front end.
Blackwell gets the second, making it a 10-point game. 1:13 remaining. Pinckney over to Walter. Walter passes over Vasquez. Fisher wanted to go to the hoop. Lost the handle. Pinckney activating quickly. And a hard foul there by Amani Blackwell as Pinckney will go to the line with 61 seconds remaining.
That's a good move, going inside with Pinckney, knowing that they're in the bonus. She's going to go to the hole or get fouled, go to the line.
And Pinckney likes to activate quickly off the post. She's done that move a couple of times there, but it's kind of like sometimes it wasn't exactly the right move. Right there, that was the right move for her as she gets her first at the line. on the way to another, currently 16 points for Pinckney.
I remember you and Dr. Karen Hall during the game earlier. Dr. Karen Hall said that Peyton Pinckney can play big, at the high school level, but she's going to have to work on her game when she go to Eastern Michigan and her perimeter game and her point forward game that she has. But nevertheless, she gets it done for the Woodland Hills Wolverines.
She'll be terrorizing the MAC conference soon. Carpenter, she'll go to the line there. That's throwing the ball up in the low block there.
So Peyton Pinckney's called for the foul.
Correction, she won't go to the line. Oh, wait, she will go to the line. Carpenter gets the first.
So with 48.3 seconds left, the Woodland Hills Wolverines 43, the Indians 32. That makes it 33, down by 10 on senior rec night here in Penn Hills, PA.
So Carpenter has 9 points. Pinckney inbounding, gets it off the fit to Dunn, an intentional foul by Penn Hills. So 46.3 seconds remaining, 10-point lead. Woodland Hills in the bonus, looking to add to it, and, well, it seems like the game is over right there, but you never know.
You never know. I've heard a coach say 46 seconds is a lifetime. You have timeouts.
So Dunn, 1-1. Gets the first one.
So they got to hit him from the charity stripe.
Dunn, the facilitator tonight. Couldn't get the second one. 45 seconds remaining. Here's Golden over to Blackwell. Jayla Golden over to Jasmine Golden. And Hope Hawkins with the steal there. Done. Skies it high off of Pinckney's hands, stolen by Roberson. But now stolen by Walter. Walter on the drive. Walter. She'll go to the line there. Nice play by Kayla Walter.
It seems like a little bit of helter-skelter play. Turnover after turnover. When it comes out, when Kayla Walter gets it, gets fouled going to the line, going for the shot, correction. She'll be shooting 2.
Double bonus for Woodland Hills. Doesn't get the first one. And mass substitutions in for Penn Hills. 11-point lead for the Wolverines, 23.2 seconds remaining. Walter puts the game on ice.
So we have mad substitutions for both teams. Putting the reserves in, the JV in, let them get a little bit of varsity experience. With 23.2 seconds left, I would say the Woodland Hills Wolverines had this game in the bag, Mr. Polk.
Everyone's favorite time of the game, garbage time for 3. Not this time, and that was Mara Wade. Wade gets it back. Shooter shoot, not that time either. Follow up, Roberson, and she'll go to the line. 10.2 seconds remaining. First one doesn't go. Roberson gets the second.
So she gets on the scoring column for the Penn Hills Indians.
Time winding down, 2 seconds and 1, and you can paint Penn Hills turquoise. And we'll be right back on the Roxamore Sports Network. Final score, Woodland Hills 45, Penn Hills 34.
Welcome to the Rock Comedy Show, COVID edition. Everybody give it up for Samantha Bennett!
Let me see it. I love you. So, never change facial expressions. I was like,
let me explain to you. If he Italian, I'm going to learn how to roll a cannoli. I don't even know if that's a real thing, but I'm going to learn it.
My God. Helped his mama get the baby stroller on the bus. Got back in the baby stroller and turned around and said, my mama don't need no more baby boyfriends.
This is Roxamore Sports live here in Penn Hills Gymnasium, where we just seen the Lady Wolverines get out of here with the win in the 5A section matchup over the Penn Hills Lady Indians. And we seen a great game tonight and a big-time game from the PT Pier, Eastern Michigan recruit, Peyton Pinkney.
Absolutely. Pinkney with 17 points, making an impact on both offense and defense for the Wolverines in this game. And following up with her is Jasmine Fisher, 11 points herself. And Hope Hawkins, she had 8 points and provided great energy off the bench for the Wolverines again.
Not Hope Hawkins. I'm expecting to see big things to come out of her in the future. She's only a freshman, donning the number one. That's a lot saying that she's going to be a PTP player in the future, big time, looking for big things from her. And the Penn Hill Indians, we expected a little bit more out of Amani Blackwell. She did play big tonight, but I thought she would have really took over the game because she's that kind of player. And Jasmine Golden played big time for them tonight too as well.
Absolutely. Golden had 9 points for them, and Amani Blackwell, she had 10 actually, so she was the leading scorer by my count. And she was able to really buzz around out there. She was creating steals, creating havoc for Penn Hills. So you just got to think right now they're kind of in an offensive slump. They had 36 points in a 39-36 loss to Greensburg-Salem. As we know, Woodland Hills beat them in their last game 59-36 out in Greensburg. And by the way, their next game is this Saturday at Woodland Hills against Greensburg-Salem. So the Wolverines, they advanced to 5-3 on the season, 4-0 in the section, staying right behind Latrobe as they look to try to see if they can stretch out a couple more wins before the WPIAL 5A tournament.
As you spoke about the tournament, everybody is invited in. All you have to do is say you want to be a part of it. We want to remind you, too, about the Rock Comedy Show, where the first episode will be airing right after we get done tonight. Also, the second episode will be airing Saturday night at 9 p.m. Believe me, it's something that you want to watch. You want to have some laughter while you're sitting at home on a Saturday night, pre-Valentine's Day. Why don't you punch in the Rock Comedy Show and have a laugh with your significant other this Saturday at 9 p.m. Absolutely. I'm Sam Timbers with my co-host Todd Polk. This is Roxamore Sports, bringing you great entertainment in all types of ways, and good night.